Greetings, my fellow eagles and the entire world. This is Eagle Emmanuel Mensah with inspirations and guidance from Eagle Helen Mensah in the unseen world, coming into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. Today is the 26th of June in the year 2024, and the Bible says this is the day the Lord has made, and therefore we should rejoice and be glad in it. And for that matter, I take this opportunity to invite the whole world to join me to give thanks to God for the day that He has granted unto us and life in general. Life is beautiful, life is wonderful, life is glorious, life is God Himself, flowing through all things, including mankind. Today, I'm going to speak to you on the topic, desire and belief equals expectations, or the marriage of desire and belief equals expectations. And so today we are going to look at these three important topics or words in our life. Every human being has a desire, and at the same time we hold beliefs. And every human being also expects something to happen or happen in his or her life. And so these three things, no human being lives without holding them. Even if you don't know it, whether you know it or not, you operate or you behave along these three things. So long as you are alive, you are expecting, you are in expectation, you are expecting something. Even if you don't do it habitually, or if you don't do it consciously, unconsciously, you do it. And the same thing too, you have a desire. You are surrounded by contrast, and every contrast or negative situation has its opposite equivalent, or has its equivalent called solution, and that solution becomes your desire. And so whether you are conscious of this or not, you are always hatching desires in your life. So as soon as something happens to you and you feel bad, the other side of it is a desire. So you wish you have that side to actually wipe out the current situation. And so we desire for things, and that is how it is. But how do we combine this to get a positive expectation or to get a positive result? And so today, we are going to look at this from our perspective as your individual human being. You are a powerful human being. And as we already know, you are the extension of God. And therefore, in your physical body or in your physical existence, you have been given the right and the power to think and make choices. And then your inner self or your higher self, which is God, is also making choices. But God has only one choice, and that is positive. And therefore, when your choices and the choice of God meets, then you have a positive result. You get the right result. And that becomes the desire or a solution to a problem or a situation. And so, when you are alive or in your life, what you are daily awakening to is your expectation. And what you are daily awakening to is governed by your beliefs. And what is a belief? A belief is simply a thought that has been repeated over time, that it has become chronic. It has become your dominant line of thinking. And therefore, you think along that. And when you mix this kind of thoughts with the desire, what you wish you have in your life, then you get what we call expectation. But at the same time, too, you can do negative expectation and you can do negative desire. No, you can do negative expectation and your beliefs could be negative. And therefore, if you practice thoughts that are negative and you live in that line of thinking, then if you mix it with any desire, whatever you wish, it doesn't match, and therefore it gives you negative results. And so your expectation could be positive or negative, depending on the beliefs you hold. But the fact is, the key is that Your positive expectation must merge with your desire. The desire is always positive because it is coming from God. It is a solution. And therefore, these two things must merge for you to get any better result. And as soon as you get to this stage, you will see all things being arranged in your life in a way that people around you, people that look at you, would ask you, or they will say, you are favored. But that is not the truth. Because as long as we are alive, every human being has desire, every human being too has expectation. But as a matter of fact, in some people's life, their expectation is always negative. The person will say that I need this, I desire for this, I really want this, but I don't think I will be able to get it. That is negative expectation. That means your belief is that I don't think. And as soon as you match your belief, I don't think, with the desire, you cannot get it because you are not in resonance with your desire. And so your desire and your belief must meet. And as I've already stated, your desire is the solution to any given solution, a problem, situation. And that is coming from God. So that is positive. And therefore, you must train yourself to think and organize your life in a positive way, such that when your positivity, your beliefs, merges with a given solution or a given desire, when you're in a difficult situation, you look at the situation from the highest point of view. You look at it from the solution point of view. And then when this belief and the solution or the desire merges, then you know that you are on your way to achieving the result. But when this happens, everything has its gestation period. We know when a woman picks seeds, the parent or the mom, the expectant man and woman must wait for 9 months before the baby appears. When you put a seed in the soil, whether you need it now or not, the law expects you to wait for the seed to germinate, grow, to become a big tree before it can bear fruit. And so that is how our life is. So our beliefs or our thoughts has gestation period. And so it takes time for your belief and your desires to actually come to fruition or to come to reality. And the period that you will wait for this thing is the expectation period, expectation time. And what you have to do is to think in the positive. Expect only good things. And as a matter of fact, as I stated yesterday, humanity believes in negativity more than positivity. Humanity believes in the devil, evil, than God, goodness. And so people wake up and all that they think is that something bad is going to happen. They are more conscious to the bad thing that are going to happen than the good thing that they are supposed to focus on. And so this forms your beliefs. And so long as you hold this belief that there are a lot of things that are going to happen, as soon as you get out, you are only making plans as to how you're going to react or to address given situations. These are your beliefs, and that is your expectations. So you fuse a negative belief with a desire that will bring you a negative result. And so let us be wise as far as we are going on. We desire everything. Every human being desires something good, but it is only a few people that get this. Why? Because the majority haven't been able to come to the truth, to the understanding that the desire and the belief must merge. And when the belief is negative, the two cannot merge, and therefore it creates discord. And that is why we have discord in the life of mankind, or men and women. And so what are you expecting in your life? And what are your dominant beliefs? What are your dominant thoughts? Belief is not about you belonging to a religious group. Belief is not about you reading the religious text on that. No, that belief is your dominant thought, your habitual line of thinking, such that those thoughts has become chronic. You cannot do anything except to think along that lines. And therefore, when you meet people, when they are going through difficulties, you tell them, look at it from the positive side, put some positive thoughts on it, they tell you it is too difficult. I can't do it. And as a matter of fact, people will tell you, I would rather die with this situation than doing what you're telling me to do. I can't just think about this thing in a positive way. People confess that. And such things, when you are living in that state of mind, then you know your expectation is negative, and what you receive in your life is negative experiences. And so desire and belief comes together to form our expectations. And therefore take control of your mind. Whatever situation that you are going through, you can revert it. You can't do it once, but it takes persistent and continuous practice. It is like you chipping away, what we call it, away a stone. If it is huge, you begin by chipping it away, bit by bit by bit by bit. If you give yourself a certain number of days or weeks or months, by the time you realize you've broken the stone into pieces or even sand. It is the same thing. Your challenge, your difficulty, the situation you think you can never, or the condition of your mind that you think you can never take in positivity, it is so painful to think along those lines, can be reverted, but it has to be done intelligently. It's a daily practice, doing affirmation and speaking to yourself every day, doing meditation. Gradually, you will recondition, you will recalibrate yourself into a positive-minded person. And that is what you're supposed to do. And it is only when you get to this state that your beliefs and your desire will merge. And when the two merge, that is when the divine and man has merged, and the universe has no option than to produce what you are looking for. It may take time. You must wait. You must give yourself time. You must be patient. But the fact is that once things are done in the proper way, no two ways about that, the results will come. And so what are you expecting? What are your expectations? Expectations are not just fleeting words that we say. You meet people, they say, oh, my expectation is that, my expectation is that. Especially what we do at the beginning of the year, New Year resolutions. These are what people call their expectations. So they will write all these things down, but as a matter of fact, they are unable to follow it because what they are writing down does not resonate with their dominant thought or their beliefs. But if you recalibrate yourself into a habitual positive thinker, your beliefs will naturally match with any solution to any given problem. And that is when you manifest these things in your life. So create positive expectation. Negative expectation is simply merging your negative beliefs with a perceived desire. It will not work. It's like you putting taking a wood and trying to connect it to a metal. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can't weld it together. If you try to weld a wood and a metal together, you are actually going to burn the wood. And that is how it is. It must be a metal and a metal, such that you'll be able to merge, and you weld them together. And so it is in your life, in every aspect of your life. Your beliefs must be in resonance, must be in alignment with your desires. And once you have this, then you know that you're a positive-minded person that moving in a direction, even when things appears to be in a negative way, you pour positivity over it, and you speak to yourself. You condition your mind that so long as we are in this world with God, with the presence that you are working with, anything is possible. And once you take the stand, you change your mind from thinking in the negative, and all things will come out to you. Then that is when you can actually declare and say that everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And then people who are standing by will begin to say that you are favored. It is just that maybe you are using some juju or whatever, but that is not the truth. You only know the law, and you are going according to the law. So take control of your mind. The key thing that you have to take into consideration as your dominant thought. Your thoughts are the most important thing that you have to take control of. And as soon as you begin to listen to the effects that your thoughts are giving to you, and responding to the effect, that is your feelings, then you know you have control over your life. It doesn't matter how painful the situation may be, you have the ability, you have the power to change it. And so listen to the feelings you are getting from your thoughts. When the thoughts about your desire and your belief, the thoughts about your desire doesn't match, doesn't match. It is painful. It's like you want something, but you cannot get it. You can actually see the thing, but you cannot get it. You see people using the thing that you want, but you cannot get it because you have been able to match your desire and your beliefs. That is the fact. And so this is the time that we have to stop doing this vague expectation. People will sit down, I expect this year to be good, and then we pray into the air. I decree, I do this, I do that, that this year is going to be good. Then you live, or you just live a life that has no direction. No, if you pour water on the ground and you don't give it direction, it will spread and it has no power. In the same way, if you allow your thoughts to scatter anywhere, negative thoughts everywhere, they have no power. Or if you think in a positive today, you think in a negative today, then they have no power. You're not going to get any result. But you must be able to control your mind and guide the water, just as we guide water into tubes, and we use them to power great and wonderful things. And so your desire and your beliefs must merge, must come together. The marriage between your desire and your beliefs is your expectation, and that is what you are expecting, and that is what you're going to get. There is no two ways about that. So change your pattern of thinking, change your pattern of thoughts, and begin to think in the positive way. Know and believe that you are an integral part of a beautiful and a higher power called God, and God always thinks in the positive, and God always thinks in the positive, and therefore think in the positive and be in alignment with God. And once you are in alignment with God, then you know all things work out for you effortlessly. And so you have been gifted a very powerful mechanism to help you navigate this, and that is how you feel. If you think of anything that you want, but it gives you pain, it gives you negative feeling, then it means your beliefs about that particular thing doesn't match with that particular thing. That is what we call vibration. You are a vibrational human being, and therefore, because this doesn't match, it creates discord. And so the thing that you would do, the think about and have that joy and happiness means that you are in resonance with it. That means you are in alignment with it, which is the source, because it is coming from God. And therefore, you feel it. You have that relation that you've already got it. And therefore, even the absence of it momentarily doesn't matter, but you know within yourself that it is already done. That is when we say you have power. You know how to create. You are a deliberate creator, and intentionally and deliberately creating your own reality purposefully. And so take control of your life. You are not a victim. You are not here to be buffeted by all given challenges. One, establish in your mind that life challenges are the contrast that are supposed to give us the platform for us to hash out our desires. Now, when the desire comes, so every problem comes with an equivalent solution. When the problem appears, draw out for positive thoughts and make them your beliefs about it. And when this belief, the positive thoughts, becomes your beliefs about the particular thing that you are looking for, then you have a positive expectation. And then that gradually, the thing will go through the gestation period. And then when it matures, it comes in front of you. And that is pure manifestation. Turning thoughts to things. That is how we say you are turning thoughts into physical and real things. That is my message for you. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Be a deliberate creator, but don't be a creator by default. Don't be a passive creator. such that you always see yourself as a victim. Now, may the overshadowing presence of God that keeps the stars in the open, such that they do not fall on us, that keeps the planets in their various orbits, such that they do not clash with one another, lead and guide you, empower you, inspire you, and energize you for you to become awakened to your indwelling powers, your true nature as a deliberate creator, co-creating with your higher self, creating beautiful and wonderful, exhilarating experiences, and we're sharing it with one another, and we make the world a better place. We create a heaven on earth here that we enjoy. Thank you, and God bless you.